Okay, while we sitting here doing this, let me ask y'all a question, right? Is it easier to do the right thing, or is it easier for you to do the wrong thing? People out there in the clouds, is it easier for you to do the right thing and go by your day and do the right thing every day, or is it easier to do the wrong thing and just like slip out and just easy to do like some fucked up shit?
I think in most cases, I guess I should have went to the website and showed it. But I think in most cases, the easier thing to do is the wrong thing.
The easier thing?
The easier thing to do is the wrong thing. Like, it's easier for you to go in a gas station and steal something versus going to work and get enough money to actually pay for it.
Is it?
Now, the repercussions for such isn't worth, what is it? What they say, the juice, the lemon isn't worth its squeeze. Like, what you get out of it isn't worth it, especially if you get caught and then have a run in with the police or whatever, if that be the case. But generally speaking, I think the easier thing to do is the wrong thing, but the better thing to do is the good thing, if that makes sense. Does it make sense? No.
No, not to me. No.
So it's easier. I think it's easier to steal whatever it is that you want than it is to go to work and pay for what you want.
What you think, Jerry?
I think it's easier to do what best fits you. So I think most people throughout their day, they do the right thing, right? You know, and then once in a while, shit, you do something that's considered wrong or something like that. You know, I think people for the most part do the right thing, just because. Even if they don't want to do the right thing, I think with laws and other shit, you know, it kind of, I don't want to, you know, because he was just talking about, you know, going to the store and stealing, or the gas station and stealing. But, you know, once you think about it, it's like, shit, is it even worth it? So I think with different things in place, or, you know, your laws and your morals, it allows you to kind of, now I think if you, a lot of the time, if you don't just think and you just do, I think it's easier to just do the wrong thing. If you're not a thinking person, you don't take time and give some thought into what you're doing, you might do the wrong thing. But overall, I think, you know, it's easier just to do the right thing, and it's less of a hassle.
What you think, Mom?
I think it's all dependent on the person. Because if you're a righteous person and you move with morals and intentions, you're going to do the right thing regardless, if somebody's watching or not. Even though at times we flaw, you know, humans are flawed. Sometimes we let judgment cloud out. You know, I mean, our judgment get cloudy sometimes. But if you out here on that type of time, it's easy for you to do the wrong thing because that's what you do. You a fuck up. You just always doing the wrong thing. You feel me? But if you're a person out here that's moving with purpose and all that stuff, it's easier for you to do the right thing because that's what you do. It don't cost me nothing to get in my car, crank it up, go down the street, do the speed limit and all that stuff. But it do cost me when I'm in a rush or something like that and you trying to hurry up. Yeah, that's gonna cost you right there. Now I got to do the wrong thing because didn't take my time to do what I need to do. When I should have been doing I should have been doing what I should have been doing anyway.
Right.
So I think it's all dependent on the person. I don't think it's no wrong or right answer. It's all in the person that you ask, or the person that's doing the wrong thing, or the person that's doing the right thing. Does right people and righteous people do some of the wrong things sometimes? Yes. We human. We fuck up. Like I said, we fuck up sometimes. But then you have a person that is a fuck up, and then you have a person that does fucked up shit from time to time, or does a fucked up thing. You feel me? You get what I'm saying?
Now it's the beauty said facts.
Yeah. So if you're a person that does the right thing, you believe in God, and you do all this stuff, you're gonna do the right thing regardless, even if nobody looking, even if you can fuck over someone, you're gonna do the like, nah, bro, you gave me too much. Like even when you at the register, person didn't give you the right amount of change, or they gave you too much. The righteousness in you, because you're a righteous person, and be like, no, you gave me too much, huh? The wrong thing for the person that does the wrong thing all the time, he's gonna like keep the change and keep walking, keep it moving. That's his bad. That's his loss.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
I
think it's whoever. I'm finished though.
Honestly, I think it's it's also about how you do things, right? If you're gonna do the wrong thing, at least do the wrong thing good. Not necessarily good, but do it right.
Wait a minute.
Right?
I know exactly what he's talking about.
You know what I'm saying? It's things that people do, like whatever it is. If they're out here doing wrong, you know what I'm saying? You're selling drugs or whatever. There's a way about how you move and do things. You know what I mean? You don't do it wrong.
You don't just be out here in the open talking about I got rocks, blows, just standing right here talking about me, I got it. Nah.
You know, and it's not to justify doing the right thing. I mean, the wrong thing. It's just saying that, it's about also when you're doing something. Because morally, again, like I've always said, is my morals might not be your morals.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So what's right to you might not be right to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's some overall ground, like,
Universal,
morals.
yeah,
right. But okay, if I'm, hypothetically, if I'm selling drugs, I'm not gonna sell drugs to family members. You know what I mean?
Pregnant women,
and so
my own relatives.
Right. Hell, like I mean, take the Italians for an example. Right? They claim to not sell it, drugs to their own people, in general. So they're gonna sell drugs. They'll sell it to you and your people, but they ain't gonna sell it to their own. And again, that's whatever your morals are.
Mm-hmm. I like that one.
I like that analogy. I never heard that one way or the other.
What you talking about? The part that he talking about?
When he said the Italians not selling drugs to their own people?
I kind of figured that because I've seen a bunch of movies that say that shit. Shit on Forrest. Forrest said that. Forrest said, you're going to sell this to our own people. Remember the Flynns? When he got them bad drugs from the lab? And he was like, you're going to sell this shit to our own people? That can kill our own people. Mm-hmm. And the Flynn dude was already in the bag. He's like, man, I don't give no fuck. I'm trying to get my money back up.
Yeah. I mean, something like drugs is only bad because, quote unquote, the government said it is. But you know what I mean?
Say it again. Who said it?
The government. The government said it is, right? But as soon as they make it legal, is it bad?
Yep, that's true.
Is it?
Say laws change all the time. Shit, back in the day, they say legal. I mean, liquor was banned.
Right.
Bootlegging and all that shit. That shit was banned.
Don't let your morals change because of what the laws are. You know what I mean? The people allow them. If the laws change, then their morals change. Now stand on whatever it is that you stand on.
That's just like if they say it's okay to purge. I'm not gonna go out here and start killing people because I don't really believe in that. Now, if you did something to me or you trying to harm me, yes.
Right.
But I'm not gonna do that because I don't stand on that. Exactly. I don't want to be hurting people. I don't like. That's not my thing. Especially if you ain't did nothing to me and you ain't caused me no harm. What am I trying to cause you harm just because I can do that? Mm. That's never in my moral. I don't give a fuck what you. That's not just some. That should be to me. That's one of the universal morals that you was just talking about to me. But I don't think everybody will stand on that because if you could get away with a lot of people to just be doing shit, fucked up shit to people all day, every day.
Yeah.
Now some beauty said Walgreens.
Yeah, they would.
I thought just the way you said it, you thought you told yourself like, yeah.
No, I think I've said it before on the podcast is that I think that laws and people's religion a lot of times keep them, or you know what I mean, keep them from doing things. So it's like, man, I better not do that. I might go to hell.
Yeah, because God,
you see what I'm saying, right?
God can run the tape,
right? He gonna run the tape.
Yeah.
So I think that's otherwise we just be out here running amok.
Yeah, I think for generally speaking, like Jay said, most people aren't out here committing crimes. It's just, some people have each individual that does what may be wrong has their own motivation for doing so. There are some people that are just bad people, and there are some people that make bad decisions. You know what I mean? So, and there's a difference in the two. So, which is easier? I was thinking on a macro scale. I wasn't thinking on an individual scale. But if you, the answers will vary, I think.
Let me ask you this though, right? So we get into, let's say, a dystopian society where
What's dystopian?
just the fucked up position, whatever it is, like a society of chaos, basically, right? Shit kind of goes to shambles.
Like,
And
have you seen that movie Damon was telling us about?
no, I didn't get a chance to watch it.
I was for to say just like that, but nah, never mind.
But it's probably that. But
Yeah. A zombie apocalypse type shit.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Right. So you get
Society is a fictional society that is oppressive, harmful, and miserable for its members.
so you're in a position where you have your family and somebody else has theirs. You know for a fact somebody over there has food. You don't have any food. What do you do?
Ask, can we get some or something like that?
And it's a dystopian society.
But I'm saying though, but you, I understand. I know exactly what's
because
going.
it's bad all the way around, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I get from a humanitarian or just being.
You don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that,
but I'm gonna have to.
But I have to. Like I gotta run you over.
Yeah.
Like it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Self-preservation.
Yeah.
It's a first
law of nature.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. First law of nature. You gonna try to it's trying to survive.
Yes.
And that's why I say people be talking about like, they going to get food and all that stuff. And I say this all the time. I know they heard me say this. For the first place I'm going when this shit go to shit. Oh, so y'all, y'all remember the first place? The first place I say I'm going, if this shit bottoms up right now, where's the first place, one of the first places you go? I know to go get your family and all that stuff, but where's one of the first places that you're going to try to hit and loot?
Grocery store.
You grocery store too, Jay?
Shit, I don't know, man.
I'm hitting the gun store because I'll take some space shit. He ain't got no bangers. He going to get that shit up. And that's just the word, like, that's just what I'm talking about. We need bangers. When you got bangers and ain't nobody else got bangers, they giving up everything you got. They just not trying to get none of that shit. So you can go to the grocery shopping for me. Me and my family be over there later.
See how quick they change the morals.
but you said it's like first part of preservation.
Yeah.
We have to take shit. And it's not like I'm taking shit just to be taken. No, it's like, bro, can we have some? Like what Tupac say? You come in there, you see all the food on the table, you asking because we have none because we hungry.
Right.
How many times does somebody knock on your door to keep asking? Because now it's gonna be kicking in the door with waving my fofo. Especially if I asked already, like, bro, we ain't got nothing. You got everything in there. Like, no, get your big black ass on. That what you tell me? So,
that reminds me of looking at the definition of dystopian society. And it said the continued part of the definition said it's the opposite of utopia. It made me think of The Handmaid's Tale. You ever watched that?
Mm-mm. I've heard of it, but I've watched it.
It's for the first like 3 seasons are an amazing watch, but then after that, maybe first 2 seasons are an amazing watch, but then after that they start pushing agendas that turn me away from it. But that's what it was. It was like actually better example. The storyline of The Walking Dead. I saw a post that said, and it was one of the most accurate things that I've seen. It said one thing that The Walking Dead has taught me is that humans are the real enemies. And then I saw one of Scooby-Doo and said, one thing that Scooby-Doo has taught me is that humans are the real monsters. Because they all dressed up in this suit or whatever and tormented whoever was around, and they took the mask off and found it was a human in Scooby-Doo. But in one particular season in The Walking Dead, basically the main characters, whoever they were at the time, they came across this society of people who seemed like they were inviting. It seemed like it seemed like it was a place of refuge because the main characters were just wandering and looking for a place to stay. Come to find out, that society was a society of people who welcomed strangers in so they can kill them and eat them.
You talking about the governor? About that episode?
I'm not sure. It was a long time, but it was like season 2 or 3, maybe.
The governor. It was them.
It was like, wow, like
he's calling himself the governor.
Speaking of dystopian society, like kind of to an extent post-apocalyptic type of thing when everybody has to scavenge for themselves in order to survive.
But that's always the case. People are always the ones that fuck up everything. It's greed. It's all the stuff we name: greed, envy, jealousy.
7 deadly sins.
Yeah, it's all that. It's always the people. People is always the one. Can never just have it where we can be over here just chilling, and people can see we over here just chilling, and they don't like the way that we just chilling, we get along, and we sharing everything, everybody is coping, but they want to come over here and throw a monkey wrench in our shit just because.
Look at them, they chilling.
Yeah, they happy. Look at them, and that's how it happens all the time. It's always like that. Like we can be getting along all the time. We bring a fourth or something on, and all of a sudden now we beefing because this nigga like, man, you gonna let them do that? You gonna let them do that? We've been running cool and smooth all this time. We give, we take, you compromise, all that stuff. But he come over here, he say, nah, I wouldn't take that shit. Nah, they keep taking advantage of you. All because he putting a bug in your head. And that's how it always go? That's how it always go. That's why you just keep your circle, no new friends.
Nelson Beauty said Walgreens is on every corner. Back when we were talking about the drug.
It's facts.
What I don't understand how that relates.
Drugs.
Just drugs in general, because we're talking about when she said it was Italians selling drugs to their own people.
When I was talking about the Flins, when I said the pharmaceuticals went to the Flins because he had a batch of bad drugs and he couldn't go through regulations.
No, it was more so when I was saying that the government, whatever the government is saying is legal. You know what I mean? Right? So you got Walgreens and they're selling the drugs. Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy because way back when somebody told me that the only reason weed wasn't legal was because the government hasn't figured out a way to tax it yet.
They taxing it now.
But that's what I'm saying. Now after they figure out a way to tax it with through all these dispensaries, now it's legal.
Yeah. On the state level.
On the state level, yeah.
Right. So
I agree.
I mean, you think about even like your drug dealers back in the day. Me and Stogie was talking about this, and they went to jail a lot of times not because they were selling the drugs, it was because they was evading their taxes.
It's always about money laundering. That's what it's always about.
Yeah.
They never get you on killing the bodies. They never get you on illegal drugs. It's never on that. It's always money laundering or like tax evasion or some shit like that.
It was definitely tax evasion. It's like, here's a body, but you guys
step right over there. Here go your tax bill.
What's that $50 million?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, I cut.
And it's like,
so
because everything else was always like conspiracy, right? Conspiracy to sell such and such. But all right, well, where do you get $50 million from? How did you get it? How did you obtain
I had it under my mattress.
Where's your money? Well, how'd you get it?
I had found it.
See, you found it.
Yeah, I found it.
See, he's going to jail quick. This is what happens.
I found it.